Our first speaker is Neil Richmond. One conversation with Neil, you'll immediately know that he wasn't from around here. Neil spent half of his life, his first half, in Australia, and he was called to the United States about 24 years ago. Neil's got a master's degree in education from Andrews University in Michigan. He's an ordained minister, and he spent 15 years teaching and ministering to students in various Christian high schools across the country, including Michigan, Wisconsin, Ohio, and California. Helping those students with the tools that they needed around education focused on design, computer technology, and religion. Whoops, let's do this one instead. I got two remotes up here. It's really cool, but I'm geeking out. 2006, he came to Indianapolis and he wanted to transform from education and ministry to business. So of all things, he started out as a barista at a Starbucks. And he was learning about business and marketing and soon began his own business, putting together a weekly publication of a community magazine or newspaper in Mooresville, Indiana. He grew that business and earned himself a Mooresville Chamber Person of the Year in 2009. So in 2011, he struck out as a marketing consultant, teaching business owners the tactics and the strategies they needed in order to grow their business. So Neil has helped countless business owners grow through the unique strategy that best fits their vision and their target audience. It sounds really familiar, but Neil is now embarking on perhaps their most exciting chapter yet, which is helping churches reach, attract, and connect people. Much like a business, he's helping them to find their vision and the unique strategy that helps them reach that. Neil has a passion for analyzing how churches can improve their endeavors and setting a plan to accomplish that. So let's give Neil a great big round of applause.
British war correspondent in the Second World War was about to sit down with an interview with an Aussie soldier after a vicious day of fighting. And as he looks at him, the first question he asks, he says, "Did you come here to die?" The Aussie soldier stops, pauses for a moment, and responds, "No, I came yesterday." My job today is to help you speak Australian. I'm on a crusade that everybody should be speaking Australian. So I want to test you here with a couple words. Find somebody nearby that you can just whisper the answer to or whatever. But here are a couple phrases. Tell me if you think you know what these are. Do you know what the word cobber means? No. Cobber. Anybody got an idea on that? All right, so it'd be like the same thing as mate. So if you're sick of saying mate, you can say cobber. All right, so there's one little phrase. How about this one? It's a real good one. Fair suck of the sav. Sounds disgusting, doesn't it? It's not. Give me a fair shake. Fair suck of the sav, mate. Give me a fair shake. How about that guy's got a few kangaroos loose in the top paddock? Does that sound familiar? Yeah. How about akadaka? Some of you know this. That's the Aussie term for AC/DC. Akadaka. Yeah, good one there. All right, here's a good one. What about a budgie smuggler? You heard of that one? A budgie smuggler. Pair of Speedos. Yeah. So, even though I speak English, obviously, I am hard to understand sometimes. In fact, when I was in a pulpit once, I told the congregation that I had gone to the pawn shop recently and did not realize until after the service that they interpreted that as P-O-R-N, not P-A-W-N. No matter what you do, you have to be able to communicate with the people you're in front of on a regular basis. You have to be able to speak a language that they get. I want to give you just a couple things to think about when you're in that role. First thing is really to listen to what they're saying. Use the same sort of words to explain things as they do. You know, I could pick on IT people for an example, who love to give a whole lot of technical language sometimes, and then that layperson they're trying to sell to or explain to has no idea what they just talked about. Second thing, research up on people. Don't just make an assumption that you can go into that meeting and do whatever. Just do this. If you want to meet with somebody, go set a Google alert for their industry and competitors and see what you take into that meeting. And the third thing is to really, really focus on the eyes of the person. When they start to glaze over, stop what you're doing. Just quit it at that point. Well, as I wrap it up here today, there's some great Aussie phrases. That song there, you know, he just smiled and gave me a Vegemite sandwich, but I want to leave you with this one today. Get on it like a seagull on a sick prawn.
You better take cover.